Welcome to another episode, everyone. Poetik Flakko and all of these other sellout YouTubers are getting on my last nerve. Officer Tatum, you sellout. Myron Gaines from Fit and Fresh or Fat and whatever the hell this podcast is. Sellout. Anton Daniels. Sellout. The Hodge twins. Sellouts. The Carter family. Complete sellouts. So Poetik Flakko, who despises and denigrates gang members every chance he gets, recently did a video in which he's glazing and praising Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, I guess he's a YouTuber, and with other internet stuff he does, is a self-proclaimed racist. This is Nick Fuentes. He's a self-proclaimed racist. He has a lot to say about black people and black culture. He does not like black people. He does not like black culture, and he makes no bones about this. He makes his position extremely clear. He makes it known that he does not like the black race. This is Nick Fuentes, who I suppose is a Hispanic dude, but he thinks he's white, but he's Hispanic. But this is how he feels. Now, Nick Fuentes went on Candace Owens. We all know Candace Owens, a sellout black woman who also despises black people and black culture, just like Nick Fuentes. She had him on, and she asked Nick Fuentes, "Are you a racist?" And he said, yes. First she tried to say, "Are you a racialist or are you racist?" What the hell? He's a racist, bitch. He said as much many times over. And here he says, "Yes, I'm a racist." And then Candace Owens asks him, "Well, clarify that. What do you mean when you say you're a racist? Because, you know, you got people that hate Jews, you got people that..." So what he means is that he's a racist. What he means is that he hates you. Not a good look to sit there and ask someone who's sitting in front of you saying that he despises you and everyone that looks like you, and to try to get him to justify it or explain what he means by that. Am I included? Am I one of them, Nick? Do you hate me too? The answer is yes. He just said so. Poetik Flakko had a problem, I suppose, with Candace Owens' response to Nick Fuentes. He too said that it wasn't a good look, that essentially she was a sellout for asking him that question. Well, what do you mean by you're a racist? She wants him to soften the blow, to change his position, to accept her. Flakko caught on to that and said she wasn't right for that. Well, Poetik Flakko, you're no different, because Poetik Flakko said in this same said video that he has had many talks with Nick Fuentes. This is what Poetik Flakko said, that he himself has had many talks, multiple talks, however he worded it, with Nick Fuentes, a self-proclaimed racist. And Poetik Flakko went on to say that Nick Fuentes, yes, indeed, he is a racist, but he's never disrespected me. Oh, these individuals are pitiful. Black people, why do we tolerate these individuals who make content off of black culture, off of the black experience? They're black when they're on YouTube. They're black when they're trying to make content in a video. They're black when they want to go out and party and listen to music, because no one else would accept them except black people. So the people who they want to be like, the people who they love, the people who they glaze, the people who asses they kiss, they don't want them. They will not accept them. So they're stuck with us. That's the only reason they're with us. They're not with us mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in their soul. They don't believe in our fight and our plight. They want to be white. That's who these individuals are. The Poetik Flakko sits here, as I said, and consistently denigrates and damages black gang members. I've said before, some of what Poetik Flakko has had to say about the gang culture in Los Angeles and anywhere else is right. It is correct. It is spot on. I agree with him on some of the things that he has said about the gang banging culture, which is self-destructive and backwards, disloyal, and inclined to Neanderthal types of behaviors. I concur. However, I too believe, or also believe, that these black individuals are just misguided. They have been misdirected by me and others like me. So it's not on me or for me to denigrate and disparage them and put them down. I'm going to point out their flaws, tell them where they're wrong at every time that they are wrong. But I'm also going to offer a solution and not just criticize them. That's where you go wrong. You criticize, but you don't offer a resolution. You don't understand these individuals. You don't understand this culture. You don't understand these people and why they act the way that they do. They are just misguided. Good people, they are precious souls. Their lives matter as well. They deserve to live like Nick Fuentes deserves to live. They're no different, but you put them down constantly. But you're going to put Nick Fuentes on a pedestal. What is a racist? Who is a racist? Well, a racist is someone who encourages violence. The same thing that you accuse gang members of, the racists do the same thing. They burn crosses, they burn people, they lynch people, they kill people, they beat people, they enslave people, they exact violence against whole communities. And hatred and misery and suffering. This is what racist people do. They're no better than gang members. They're more violent than gang members. They've killed millions of people of different races. This is what racist people do. But you're okay with a racist person, but you're not okay with a gang member. You're not okay with your own brother, with your own brethren, with someone who looks like you, be it he being misguided or not. He not having the knowledge of self, the love of self and culture or not, because this has not been bequeathed to him by his predecessors. So he doesn't have this knowledge, and he acts out and comports himself in a bestial manner. And as a consequence of this, you judge him and put him down instead of trying to understand him and uplift him, offer him a resolution and tell him that he can change his life, that he is someone, that he is loved, and that he should love himself and his people and his culture. That he's just been misguided and misdirected. Instead of uplifting that brother and instilling that in him, you put him down and say things like an incarcerated gang member is better than a free gang member. You're wishing prison on these young black men. Yes, some of them commit crimes. So does everyone else. You can make the argument that Nick Fuentes, who is spewing hate, spewing hatred, is committing a crime, and a moral crime, if nothing else, because he's incentivizing people to commit violence. He's spewing hatred, He's talking about how this group of people are subhuman, are of a subculture. And this is what creates superiority complexes. And Poetik Flakko and Anton Daniels and the Officer Tatum, the biggest sellout on YouTube. I'm coming at you soon. You're all a bunch of self-hating buffoons. And you support people like Nick Fuentes. You'll get on here and down black people every chance you get, disparage and denigrate black women every chance you get. But then we'll have the temerity, the audacity, and the unmitigated gall to get on YouTube and deify, canonize someone like Nick Fuentes who despises you and despises your people. You're a sellout, and you're poisonous and a cancer to the community, and you need to be excommunicated. Why do we allow this? They're making money off of our backs, off of our suffering, off of our culture. All of their content is based on our culture. But then you're going to turn around and spew hatred towards the same culture that you're monetizing from. This makes you a sellout. You're pandering to white superiority, white supremacy every chance you get. Every other video, you guys are pandering to white supremacy. And I'm sick of it. And I'm coming after you because you're no good for the black community. Nick Fuentes is no good. He's no better than a violent gang member because he teaches people to hate. And when you hate someone just based on that race, that leads to violence because you believe that you're superior. You believe that this person is subhuman. You believe that this person should not exist. You believe that this person is an animal. So when you commit despicable and grisly acts upon this person, you have no remorse. You have no compunction because you don't feel like this person is a human being. So you don't feel like you did anything to someone worthy of regret. This is why the police can gun you down in the street and laugh about it because they do not see you as a human being. These are the individuals that we are talking about. The type of individuals who chase down individuals, black individuals, captured them, and threw a party. It was a festival-like environment when they would lynch the black man. And crowds of people are sitting there laughing and pointing the finger at the man that's hanging and dangling from the tree. Little kids and all. It was like a circus for them. These are the sick, diabolical, demented, covetous individuals that we are talking about. But you're glazing them and kissing their ass and want to be accepted. I've had a few conversations with Nick Fuentes. He's always respected me. He's always been cool to me. Yes, in your face. Most racists are not going to come in your face and call you the N-word or what have you. They're going to talk about you behind your back. Most of them say they have friends that are black. You his friend, Poetik Flakko? Is that what you believe? You know he's a racist. He's told you he's a racist. He's told everyone that he's a racist. And yet you would get on YouTube and say, he's okay with me because he's never disrespected me. He's disrespecting your whole culture, your whole race, all of your people. So just because he hasn't disrespected you to your face doesn't mean that he likes you or sees you any different than he sees me. But you're cool with being accepted by him. You want to prove to him that you're not one of us. You're not one of the ones. See, you shouldn't hate me. All of us are not like them. The Oprah syndrome. A sellout. The Carter family reacted to Nick Fuentes' video in which he said, Nick Fuentes, that 40% of black people commit violent crimes. 40%. 4 out of 10 black people. 40 out of 100. 400 out of 1,000. Commit violent crimes, which would mean that black people are inherently violent and dangerous. But this is not true. In the Carter family, one of those sellouts started laughing and said, yeah, I agree. I think 70% of black people commit violent crimes is what one of the sellouts said. But what Nick Fuentes meant to say was that 40% of the violent crimes that are committed by black people. Violent crimes that are committed, 40% of those are committed by black people, supposedly. Not 40% of black people commit violent crimes. That's something totally different than 40% of violent crimes that is committed by black people, which still leaves 60%, by the way. Who's committing those? We don't talk about that. You just want to talk about the 40% that allegedly, supposedly, black people are committing. What about the other 60%? Let's get into that. So we're sick of you sellouts. I am. Getting on YouTube, making your money off of black people and black culture. Poetik Flakko, you work for Adam 22. A culture vulture. Someone whose whole platform, at least these days, is based on gang banging, based on LA gang members. This is where you work, but you despise gang members so much. You love the KKK. You love Nick Fuentes. You love Donald Trump, but you hate gang bangers. Make it make sense. This is why I said people have a problem with your take on gang banging culture. It's because you don't have content about other groups that are hate groups, other groups that are gang oriented, that commit violent acts. You never speak about them, only about the black culture in Los Angeles and their shortcomings. And we're sick of it. If you're going to speak about black people and black gang culture, speak about everyone. And if you're going to be friends with a raving rabbit racist like Nick Fuentes, you cannot speak on black people anymore. Because you think just like him. You're one of him. That's like him speaking on black people. We're not going to tolerate this coming from Nick Fuentes, Poetik Flakko, the Hodge twins, Myron Gaines, Officer Tatum, Anton Daniels. All you sellouts had better wake up and smell the coffee. We're sick of you. And we're going to start coming for y'all sellout ass. Stay free, people.